Good evening. Welcome to Real Talk Live with Arnette D. Love. And look, I'm just so grateful to be in your presence on this Sunday. Thank y'all so much to adjusting to the time change. As you know, I do a lot of work in the community, and I had hosted a play today. And if you missed that play, let me tell you something. You missed something awesome. It was so wonderful. It was called The Bad Women of the Bible, or The Bad Girls of the Bible, and those ladies rocked. So if you're having something for women, or you're having something for your church, or just want to have an event, call them up, honey, from Mount Olive Baptist Church. Get them to your facility so they can put on that awesome play. I enjoyed every minute of it, and we had a wonderful time of fellowship. Okay, now to the show. Now, I told y'all we're going to be talking about this topic. It's not my problem. Meaning, a lot of things that happens in our lives, a lot of concerns, a lot of stress, a lot of worries that we endure, it's not even on us. It's somebody else's problems, and we take this stuff on and put it on our own backs, and we end up being the one worried and stressed out and everything about somebody else's business. And I want to encourage you today to learn how to say, it's not my problem. That's not my business, okay? And I want to refer to 2 John. I want to say 2 John, let me see, is it 2 John, that's the second chapter, verse 11, somewhere around there. You go to John, okay? John's second chapter, verse 11, somewhere, yeah, John. So it was when, matter of fact, yeah, it was John, because it was when the first miracle was performed. And y'all know I'm not doing, this is not a church service, but I want to just refer to this scripture because I want you to be able to say, at one point, God did say, it's not my problem. So let's go to the party that was happening, the reception or the wedding, and they ran out of wine, and Mary went to her son Jesus and said that they were out of wine, and he looked at her and said, basically, woman, why are you telling me? Well, what does this have to do with me, right? And so, just like any other mother, Mary was not trying to hear it. They're out of wine. We need you to get some wine made, and this is what you're going to do. So she didn't even respond to him asking her, how does that concern him? She went to the servants, turned to the servants, and told them, do what he tell you to do. So basically, Jesus, you're going to make this wine because I told you they need some. But I want to focus on that part when, after she told them they ran out of wine, he asked her, how does that concern him? At that moment, that was when Jesus was saying, it's not my problem. That is not my problem. That has nothing to do with me. That is not why I'm here. That is not what I'm focused on. Even though he did it. But at that moment, it was a mother and son thing. So, if Jesus can say that that's not my problem, okay, why can't we? Why can't we? Because, see, piss poor planning on your behalf doesn't mean it's an emergency on my behalf. That's the first thing. So if you didn't plan for the things in your life to happen in some sort of way, if you didn't write it down and make it plain, and your life is not going the way that you wanted it to go, if you didn't pray over, if you thought it was just going to appear, if you didn't budget for it, how is it an emergency on my part? And why are you including me? At some point, we have to stop including people in things that we did not prepare for. Don't come to me when you need help because things aren't going the way you thought it was going to go and you were not prepared for it. It is not my problem. And we have to learn to start telling people, it's not my problem. You don't have any money. I'm sorry, that's not my problem. And that's not my problem. Your key is what? Okay, I'm going to go and help you get some food for your children, but that's about all I'm going to do because everything else is not my problem. Pick and choose what you're going to do. But don't make a person's their entire problem your problem. If I can help you in some way that's not going to inconvenience me, put me in a place where I'm uncomfortable, that is not my problem. And that's what I'm trying to encourage you. We don't have to take on everything. And, you know, our Savior showed it to us. He deciphered what he was going to do, even though he received that order from his mother. See, I believe the only reason that he made that wine is because his mother told him that was her request. I don't believe he would have made that wine had it not been for his mother, because he was trying to figure out what it got to do with me. And that's what I be trying to figure out too. You say you need what? You don't have what? What does that have to do with me? Why did you even bring me into this? Why is it important for you to come to me for that? Do you come to me and ask me what I need? Is what I need important to you? Is that your problem? I don't make it your problem, but you don't even ask me how I'm doing. But have y'all ever noticed that people, they won't ask how you're doing, but as soon as they need something, they think you're supposed to just jump up and say, yes, sir, 3 bags full? No, we have to get to a point where we're letting people know that that doesn't pertain to us. That's not what I'm here for. I don't feel like getting in that. That's what I do. I don't feel like getting in that there. I can, you know, like I was telling y'all before. Let me just use this. Let me use this as an example. Y'all remember when I told you about the guy who wanted to take me out, but then he wanted to go Dutch, right? And he wanted to go Dutch because apparently, I guess, women have been using him, or he felt like they've been getting over, and he this, that, and the other, because he had money, but he just felt like if I went Dutch with him, he won't lose anything, you know what I'm saying? And my whole thing is, your past relationships is not my problem, because I'm not getting ready to settle. I'm not getting ready to settle. You ask me out, you're going to pay for it, or I'll stay home. Because me getting up, getting dressed, putting my makeup on, getting my clothes on real light and tight, that's worth me coming out my pocket. Because if I want to go Dutch, I just go pick me something up and come home and eat. I didn't ask to leave the house. I didn't ask to go out with you. You asked to go out with me. So the way you've been treated in the past is not my problem. You need to get yourself together, and then you come back and ask me out on a proper date. See, I'm not getting ready. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not getting ready to keep including myself in folks' problems. I'm not going to continue to do that. If you didn't plan for your children, you had all these kids. And I'm going to tell y'all something. If a woman ever came to me about her kids, her family, and all that stuff, she was single, whatever, I'm telling you what I told her. Don't have all those kids. Do not have all those kids. That is my advice to any single woman who hasn't actually developed a career, don't have the fluctuation of money coming in, that flow, you barely living, and you know what I'm saying? I tell you, don't have a lot of kids. Don't have a lot of kids, because you sat there and made a choice without looking at the big picture. And the big picture is, how am I going to take care of these 3 and 4 kids? And then what happens is, you make that somebody else's problem, because you can't take care of them, but you could take care of the one, then you had another one, and you could take care of the 2, then you had another one, and you couldn't take care of the 3, then you had another one, and then you looking at, and well, so on and so forth, and then you looking at people like they supposed to help you, and then you get mad when somebody say that is not my problem, because some of us knew that our limit was 1 or 2 kids, and then we struggling then. So we advise you, when you have all these kids and Christmas time come, you looking at somebody like, aren't you going to help me? And I'm going to tell you like, nah, that ain't my problem. I'm sorry. Because I got to help my own self. Because that's why I only had the 2 kids that I had, because I know that was all I could afford to take care of. And that was all I could afford to provide for. So I won't make anybody make my situation somebody else's problem. I knew to watch myself. I knew to stop. And that's what I encourage other people to do. Set your limits. Even with my house, I moved in a house. Now, I could have afforded a really, big old house and all that stuff. I could have. But when I looked at it, I'm like, suppose I lose my job. Suppose, which I did. Suppose I can't pay my mortgage, which sometimes I can't. And what happened was, or couldn't, I wanted to make sure that with what I knew I had coming in, I could always keep a roof over my head. So I would stay within my barriers. I stayed within my guidelines where I knew that I could take care of myself if something was to happen. And that way I didn't have to make that somebody else's problem, because I don't need to go to somebody and they tell me that's not my problem. But I surely understand if that's the case, because I didn't plan properly. And we have to plan properly so that we will not make our situation somebody else's problem, or have to make our situation somebody else's problem, or feel bad when somebody tell us that our situation is not their problem. We have to start standing up for ourselves and taking care of ourselves and planning for ourselves. There is nothing wrong with sitting down and saying, listen, this is where I want to be when I'm this age, and when I reach here, or when I finish school, this is what I want to be doing. And you write it down. It's called goals, people. And you continue to move towards your goals. And sometimes you have to tweak your goal, change it up a little bit, move in another direction, but you still have your goals. When I first started in real estate, I put 3 goals on the wall of my office, and one of them was to have my own house. I was a realtor. I was going to find me a house that I could afford. That was my goal. One was to have a Mercedes. Now, I was in the military for so long, I didn't like those type of luxury cars, but then all of a sudden, when I had to kind of work towards getting one, I wanted a Mercedes. So I said, I'm going to have my Mercedes. And then I wanted to get another master's and whatnot. And so I put it on my goal to do that. And I did get my house. I did get the other masters. I'm still waiting to get my Mercedes. But that's one of the goals that I put there. And so as I was moving towards my goal, I made sure that I did things that would get me to the point that I'm trying to get to. Meaning I won't have to turn to anyone and say, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? Because I didn't want to hear anybody tell me what is wrong with you. That is not my problem. That's something personal. That seems like my mom used to always say, that's a personal problem. That's like a personal problem. Why are you telling me? You see what I'm saying? And that's what we have to get to, because if we don't get to where we can tell someone that's a personal problem, that's not my problem, we're going to take on all that baggage that belongs to someone else. And we're not going to be able to concentrate on our own lives. We're going to be stressing over somebody else's problems and situations. And that is where we don't want to be. Okay? That is what we don't want to be. And I'm telling you guys from transparency, I've been through it. I mean, I'm sitting here worrying more about these over here than I am right here. I'm sitting here, paying Peter, pulling from Peter to pay Paul for somebody else. For somebody else, not for myself. And instead of saying that's not my problem and standing firm and saying no and standing on my no, I let my heartstrings be tugged at, and I went on and made sacrifices that I shouldn't have made, because it put me in a bind. It disrupted my life, the one that I planned for, the one that I have budgeted for, the one that I have been living for. I allowed others to disrupt my life, mess up some things in my life. And then what happens is when you get your stuff get messed up, you know what happens? They're gone. They're in the wind, and you stuck with what? The mess that was caused because you were trying to help somebody else. Now, at some point in our lives, we have to learn these words. It's not my problem. And now I'm not saying don't help anybody. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that there people are not going to need stepping stones. I'm not saying that. But when you start helping people, you put limits on it. There got to be limitations. Somebody come stay with your house. Hey, you got 3 months to get on your feet, and you have to go. And if you mess up my stuff, you're going even sooner. Stuff like that. If you don't watch your kids, now I'm telling you, y'all going to be out there on the street. Stuff like that. You have to put limits. Yeah, you can use my car, but you can only use it for 4 weeks. And within that time, if it's oil change need to be done, you better get it done. That's the kind of stuff we have to start saying. Okay, you can stay at my house. You're grown. And listen, you don't get a key. When I'm gone, you gone. When I open that door for you to get up out of there, when I walk out, you better be on my heels. That's the kind of stuff we need. At some point, we cannot continue to take on other people's problems as our own problems. That's what I'm trying to get at. Learn to say, that's not my problem. Learn to say that I can only help you, but for so much. I can only help you for this long. I don't have what you need, but I can spare this amount. And see, what I learned as well, y'all, I don't give money that I can't stand to lose. So if I can't stand to lose $500, I won't lend you $500. Because you take a chance when you start lending money and anything else, you take a chance of losing. You take a chance of a person not being honest. You take a chance of a person saying they're going to do one thing but not doing it. I'm going to pay you back on such and such day. Well, I don't know if you're going to pay me back. So $500 might be too much for me to lose, but I can loan you $250, you see. And that's the kind of things that we should be paying attention to. Like somebody said, look, one day, I came out and somebody said, hey, love, lend me $7 to Friday. Well, I know good well you're not going to pay me my $7 to Friday because I have lent you $7 several times until Friday. And because I have lent you $7 several times until Friday, I can't do it again. Okay, I got somebody that look like they want to come on. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Got somebody coming on the show today, y'all. So that's what I'm saying. Hello. Hi. Let me introduce you guys. Now, this is Nanzo. Nanzo is from Nigeria. He wants to come on this show. So, Nanzo, today we're talking about things that are not our problems, you know, taking other people's issues and making them your own. So what would you like to say about that? The show title is It's Not My Problem, right? And meaning basically sometimes we'll take other people's issues and make them our own issues, and then we'll end up stressed over something that doesn't even really pertains to us.
Well, in there, what goes around comes around. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with that when you making another person's issues to be yours, right? Another person's problem to be yours.
If they do what?
Let me fix my. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. You said having someone's problem and solving another people's problem, right?
Well, actually taking them on as your own. So if I'm trying to help someone, say like I'm helping, I always use kids as an example. maybe somebody's kids doesn't have Christmas, and they ask me for help. So now I'm stressed and trying to figure out how I'm going to take care of their kids and take care of my kids, instead of just saying, I can't help you at this time. Sometimes we got to say, that's not my problem. That's not my issue. I mean, it's one thing to help, because you can find other ways to help. You can refer them to certain entities, certain organizations. But for us, a lot of times we take on the task of trying to be the problem solver.
Yes, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's a very nice thing. It's a very nice idea. So I don't see it as a bad thing.
But see, I see it as not okay. Let's get off of that. I see somebody coming to me asking me to get into their business. I don't want to get in your business. To me, why I'm going to stress out over your business? And a lot of times that's what we do. We start stressing out over somebody else's business instead of saying, that's not my problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be in your business. I got enough business on my own. What?
Well, if the person said you don't want to be in your business, then you let it go.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So many of us will not let it go. Even though we feel that way, we won't let it go. We will still try to intervene. We'll still try to help when we know we really, don't want to help or can't help.
Okay, in the area of rendering that service or assisting, fine. If you know that it's really ideal, it's an ideal something to do, I think nothing stops you from helping. But when you want to get into a business that the person saying you should leave the business, that is not your problem, is my problem.
But see, that's what I'm
Then
saying.
you should.
They're not saying that. They want you in their business, but you, as an individual, feel that you should not be in their business. And so I'm saying there's nothing wrong with saying that is not my problem.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. And a lot of times we don't want to tell people no.
Then will you forcefully involve yourself in something that he or she doesn't want you to do?
Well, a lot of times we involve ourselves in something we don't want to be in because we're asked. And every time somebody asks us something, don't mean we have to say yes.
Okay, so, but if the person say, if you want to come into someone's business, probably you want to render help, and after everything the person said, this is not your business, I don't want you to be in my business, whether it's a problem that need to be solved, and the person is saying, I don't want you to get involved into my problem, focus on your own problem, I have a lot of problems, I have my problem to solve my problem by myself. Then if you really want to insist, that means you have to approach the person in a way that the person will actually understand what you mean and what you are about to do. You don't say it as if it is your right. You're gonna bring it to the level at which the person will understand. Then the person can be able to flow with you and work with you, or you work with the person.
But okay, so let's twist it. Let's twist it where you're the person they need help from, and you don't want to help them. Okay, or you feel like you can't help them. But a lot of times we'll feel pressured into helping people, but we really can't help them. So instead of being honest and saying that, no, that's not my problem, that's not my business, I don't think I can be involved in that, we end up taking their troubles and making their troubles our troubles.
Yes. Just like just like we've been talking ever since we met, there are certain things I try to persuade you to do for me. Okay. Then at a point you say that is not actually a problem. Okay. Then, and if you find out that you are being pressured that this is your problem, you are gonna solve the problem. Then there should be the organization should bring her together and see if it is actually what they can do. If it's something they cannot do, you don't have any option than to say no. You move on. But if the organization look into it and see, oh, actually this problem who can solve it, then the association or organization need to bring out the breakdown, bring out the ideologies from every individuals on how the problem can be tackled. And if it is something that they can do, then they move on and
Can you hear me? Yeah, but I agree with what you're saying. I think you can hear me, but I know. I'm sorry, you went off. What you saying? You went out. What you saying?
I said when the organization look at the situation, then they will bring an idea and see if the problem is what they can handle.
Right.
Then if it is what they can handle, fine. They will move on and bring out the solution. But if it is something they cannot do, then they have no choice than to move on.
Yeah, and I agree with you. If you can find a solution, okay. So not all the time you're going to come out and just say no. A lot of times you're going to try to find a solution to help the person. My concern is when we take somebody else's problems and it becomes a burden to us. We try to help them, and then it becomes a burden to us, to you who's trying to help. And that's when we need to say, hold up, this is too much. But if we can find a solution to their problem that will not, become troublesome to us or become stressful, I think that's the best way to do it, to handle it.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and then sometimes you're just not going to be able to do it. And sometimes you're not going to want to do it. And I think that's where a lot of times we'll hear somebody say, that's not my problem, because they just don't want to do it, don't want to be involved. What do you think?
Had it been I know I'm gonna join this program, when I saw the page, at least I would have made out time and study the topic, look at the topic very well, then source information about the topics. Then when you're anchoring the program, then I can come in and we interact. But I never know that I'm gonna join the program. Had it been I knew, it would have given me more opportunity and more time to look at it, because I saw when you say you are designing we want to design your program. You say you want to join the program. So at a point, I saw where you posted it on Facebook, but I've never made out time to go through the topic, think about it,
Mm-hmm.
then found look at the solutions to the problem and information in case there's something like this. Just like when you asked me a question, I began to feel as if I don't have points to develop
Mm-hmm.
in order to meet up with what you want to hear or what the topic is on about. So maybe when something like this comes up, then when I see a page, I'm gonna after reading it, then I'll try to pick points and develop in case I'm gonna join the program. Then if a question is thrown to me, then I have something to say, something very crucial, something very important. Maybe when your colleagues, when they hear it, oh, they will say, "Oh, this guy is really making a point."
Yeah, and I get it. You weren't prepared for an in-depth topic. Um,
Yeah.
this, you just want to come and chat with me. You just want to chat. We got a few minutes. We got a few minutes now. So what you want to chat
No, no, I never. It's not as if I wanted to chat and communicate with you or talk with you. I know actually we are presenting something, but when I check the live video, then there is a sign that I will send a request to join. So I when I send the request to join, then you got the signal over there. Then you are now connected into the program. Or even when you connected me to when I'm connected to the program, I never know I'm gonna interact with you. All I wanted to do just to listen and learn.
Oh, you didn't know you were gonna be on with me.
I never know you're gonna ask me question.
Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, when
Yeah.
you hit to join, you actually become a part of the broadcast.
Fine. Then I, then I'm gonna dress well. I'm not supposed to be laying down on my bed. Yes. And everywhere
Somebody
is
like
scattered.
I'm pretty sure somebody like it. I'm pretty sure somebody gonna like it. You laid on the bed, some American girl gonna like it.
Mm, probably. So tomorrow, some of your friend may be asking you, who was the guy that you joined the event yesterday? So what are you gonna tell them?
That's Nonso from Nigeria. The Niger boy. What should
That's
I tell them?
that is very beautiful. At least I'm making a very good uh a very good move, making friends in US, trying to at least trying to display that this is actually what I can do, okay?
Mhm.
And you too trusting me ever since we met, we'll be talking, and I've not seen like someone that's having double-minded towards me. I think we'll be talking, relating fi very fine. So it's a very nice something to me, and I so much appreciate it. I'm making contact, which I never know when it's gonna help me in life.
Mhm.
Because anything is possible through Christ. Anything is possible. We
Right.
these days now, and the people that makes paves way for you might not really be your relatives over here. It may be someone that you've never known before,
Mm-hmm.
someone you meet on social media and all that. So I'm not regretting. In as much as I do this talk with you, I know what it takes me to communicate with you, but I'm not regretting it because I know tomorrow is greater.
That's right. Your future
Yeah.
gonna be better than your past. And you know, maybe you talking with us kind of shows the Americans that not all Nigerians are trying to scam you.
Exactly, exactly,
Not all of them are the 911 boys. See, I know about that. Right?
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, because like you had said, you showing your face, everybody see your face, everybody know who you are, and so
yeah,
everybody's over not bad. So you say,
yes. Yes, if I don't show my face like this, they may think, oh, uh, madam,
mm-hmm,
I don't like the kind of people you are bringing into the platform.
mm-hmm,
So, but that was when when I sent a request to join your program, they gave me two options. One is I should join the audio, then the other one is video. So I had to join video. If you are connected with so many people, at least they can be able to see my face.
yeah, they're gonna see your face. They're gonna see your face all on YouTube and all that stuff because my videos go straight to YouTube.
Mm,
So, anything else you want to say? What's going over there in Nigeria?
Nigeria is a very nice country, which you know.
I guess.
Nigeria, Nigeria is a very nice country, but looking at it the way whole world is actually moving, you find out that a lot of people are being frustrated, especially the Africa, and
Mm-hmm.
why that is why when you ask an average American person or European country, British country, will tell you that an African person, Africans are all scammers. Then because of what? Because of the situation on ground, and it happens that this COVID outbreak caused a lot of problem worldwide. It was a global challenge,
Mm-hmm.
and it caused a lot of problems. Okay, imagine America, where the government take care of their citizens, provide for their citizens. Because I was informed that once a child is given, mm, then government supports the child. That's what they call child support in America,
Um,
right?
call it. You talk about now the child support is when the father has to go through the system to pay money for the
Good,
parent child. That's child support, but they have also different um capabilities of supporting the child through the government as well, where the
good,
mother can check. But y'all don't
good.
have that, do you?
So all this happen in America, and it doesn't happen in Africa. So you see a lot of people are frustrated. Guys are frustrated. A lot of graduates are frustrated. So when they come off on social media, you see that a lot of them are asking for money. They felt that Americans are more opportune than the Africans. And whenever that kind of thing happens, you see they will tag you a scammer. Okay, I was listening to one lady, is my friend, he's in Virginia. So the lady is also a minister. What happened? I think her elder sister had her birthday 3 days ago. Then the lady wanted to send her to cash up her $100. And she said that he mistakenly sent it to another person's I think in New York. and the person is a lady, also is a minister. So when he was making the transfer, he never knew that the cash app had the same name, but it's different person. So, but when he sent that money to a lady in New York. The person received the money and blocked the woman on social media. Then when the woman was complaining, I told her what happened. He said he sent money that he wanted to send to her sister for her birthday and sent to a different person. And the worst part of it is just that the person blocked her, and the person is a minister. You understand what I mean? So, assuming now that that person is an African, is from Africa, they will tag the person as scammer. So is everywhere. But
Yeah.
actually, because of the frustration that is happening here, it seems that the scammers are so it's very common over here. And in absence of that, we still have very unique people in Africa, in Nigeria. They will have unique people, just like when a single lady want to get married, or a man wants to marry, then you want to marry a responsible man. The man want to marry a responsible lady. So there is always chances of you getting a bad person and a good person. If you get a bad person, the person will treat you badly. If you get a good person, the person will treat you very well. And this is all over the world. It's not a particular country. It's all about the world. What am I trying to say? They have bad people in every country, and they have good people. And the ability for you to get the good ones will always be very hard for the person. And once
so it doesn't
you get
matter
it,
where you are, what continent, what state, is good and bad everywhere. That's what you're saying. So get up off of Nigeria.
yes. What I'm saying that in Nigeria we have bad people and have good people. When you meet the good ones, you are going to enjoy it. And it's a very nice country, a country where there are freedom of movement, freedom of making money, freedom of enjoying yourself, freedom of everything. But it's still frustrating. It's still frustrating because of the bad leadership and all that.
Right. I
So
get you.
it's a very nice it's a very nice country, and I'm a very good person among them. I'm a very good person. I'm very unique. I'm a nice person. Yeah,
You're career driven.
exactly.
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. So when they watch the show, they be like, I want to meet him. Yeah.
Wow.
What you do, Nonso.
You say?
Tell them what you do.
Okay. Just like we've discussed before, I'm a dental. I read restorative dentistry, where here we call it dental technology. So we fabricate oral appliances such as we have denture, we have crown and bridges, then we have obturator, where we have braces. We can also construct the artificial eyes, can construct artificial nose, can construct the head plate. We can also construct the ear with silicone materials, which is in form of skin. So everything here, from the neck to the head, we can actually construct and apply an artificial appliance which you can use to replace any worn out tissue. So we use acrylic, we use metal, we use ceramics, which we call porcelain, to make teeth. You see a lot of people putting on gold teeth. We
Mm-hmm.
we can actually fabricate that and design your teeth so that when you laugh, people begin to admire that there's something in your mouth which attracts people's attention. So
Okay.
yeah,
So you can make them look good, make that smile look better.
of course I can.
Okay. So you career driven. Career driven. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, so we about to get
yeah,
off of this show, but thank you so much for joining me today. And so next time, what we'll do, we'll plan an interview, give you time to do some research, so
yes,
you can come up with your pointers. Cause
yeah.
you,
Second, once you design your topic, post it on Facebook. I'm gonna see it, and once I see it, then I'll critically look at it, think about it, so that when I'm making a point, then your friends will have something to take home.
I think
Yeah,
one topic. I think we'll talk about. We'll continue with dating Nigerians.
that's
We'll have.
that's a beautiful that's a beautiful one. Very, very beautiful. That is a beautiful one. We are trying to me, to me. mm, we
Huh?
are trying to left to me. We are trying to see if we can pull a lot of American women down to Nigeria so that they will see the difference. So that they will see the difference. Our people,
A
let,
group of men.
let me tell you, our people usually say when you marry two husbands, when you marry two husbands, then you will know which one to stay with. You will know which one to live with. Okay, all over the world we have men there, but culture, culture difference. Nigeria is into what we call acculturation. Acculturation means that we are trying to learn the American culture. Are you getting my point?
You're trying to blame the American culture.
Yes, Nigeria is trying to learn the American culture. That is what we call acculturation. They want to practice the American styles of life, way of living. So trying to see if they can abandon our own culture. Okay. So left to me, we want to pull more of American women to Nigeria. They will get married to a Nigerian man. They will now see the difference, how we take care of women, how we treat them, how we work very hard to make sure that every person is comfortable. It is in Nigeria where we believe that families should have that 50-50 decision making.
Mm-hmm.
50-50 decision making. It says that you shouldn't say because you're a man, your decision should be 60, then that of the woman should be 40. No. Whatever your wife says, you both of you will look at it, you accept it, then you work with it. We believe here that we believe in Nigeria that women are organizers, women are advisors, women are builders. Then when you see a career woman, when you see a responsible Nigerian woman, you will find out that the person is always building her home, is always making sure that everything's are working out well. So I would be very glad if American women should make ways for Nigeria. They shouldn't see Nigerians as scammers. They should see Nigeria, especially the blacks. The blacks should be able to, because I've talked with a lot of them. I found that a lot of Americans are very aggressive. A lot of them are very, very aggressive. Then the blacks are aggressive to the blacks. Then what about the whites? So I should say the black Americans should accept the Nigerians, because a lot of Nigerians, maybe they will see it as, oh, they want to use because of me come to America, and maybe within 5 years, 10 years, the person will leave the lady and come back to Nigeria and marry again. No, let them come, get married to Nigerians, and they will see things moving well for them.
Really?
They will see that Nigerian men are not like American. I'm sorry to say this, because you might have men in the platform, okay? But Nigerian men are not like Americans. There are things we do to please our wife, to please our woman, to make her happy, to put her in a comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, which they don't do it over there.
But aren't you guys like dictators?
Hmm?
Aren't y'all like dictators? Do the women really have a say in the family? Because if you say something, don't you want it to happen? If you want something to happen and she died.
That what I told you, that it's gonna be 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be 50-50.
Don't y'all polygamy?
Hmm?
Polygamy. More than one wife?
Yeah, it happens here, but it's not part of my own tribe in Nigeria. We forbid that, but it happens. Okay. Yeah, it happens. At times you see a man marry one wife. At times, as time goes on, he sees another woman say want to marry, so you end up marrying like 2 or 3 wives. But even as at that, the man is taking care of the 3 wives, and they are living in peace. Okay, they
And
don't fight.
They don't fight.
The women, yeah, the women also, they're all living in peace.
Why don't they fight?
Hmm?
Why don't they fight? They just have to accept it.
Yeah, that is just the way the man treats them now. That is you hardly see them fight, because the man is actually taking care of them.
And you want to pull the American women over there.
Exactly. That's what I want. That is what I want.
Y'all think that's gonna work?
Eh?
Y'all think that's gonna work with us?
That is what I want. I want to pull a lot of them down to Nigeria.
Yeah. That's not gonna work with us. We fight. Yeah.
I'm gonna put
Huh?
I'm gonna pull a lot of them down to Nigeria.
No, you're
I'm
not.
gonna I'm gonna pull a lot of them down to Nigeria. I'm so serious about it.
It's not gonna. We fight. You're not gonna have a whole bunch of us in the house talk about we all gonna get along. Not gonna happen. We're gonna tear your little house, apartment, hut, whatever we stay in, we're gonna tear it up.
Fine.
Hey, little sister.
They are gonna enjoy Nigerian men.
Oh, we're gonna enjoy. I said we are like I'm coming. they're going to enjoy Nigerian men. Nice.
You said?
I said, you said that. I was saying we like I'm coming. You mean they're going to enjoy Nigerian men?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Definitely. Definitely.
No, y'all just trying to enjoy us. Then y'all send us home. Yeah, I think y'all slick. Y'all not getting to bring no Americans over there and use us up. Try to domesticate us. Have us pounding yams. None. You hear me?
I didn't hear you. Your voice is breaking.
I said y'all not gonna bring us over there trying to use us up and have us pounding yams.
Hmm?
Pounding yams, making that fufu.
Okay, you like fufu?
I do, but I'm not coming over there and make none.
They're gonna teach you how to make fufu. You are not gonna make it. You prepare fufu for you, then you eat.
No, it's
But
up.
you'll be taught how to make fufu.
No, I won't. I'm not coming over there to cook.
But you will learn how to make fufu. You're not gonna cook, but you see how fufu is being prepared. Then when you get back to US, then you tell them, oh, see the way they prepare fufu in Nigeria.
Oh, I teach them and
Yeah.
I'll go back and teach the other American women how to make this.
Yes. The reason why you should learn how to prepare fufu when you come to Nigeria is when you get back to America, then you're gonna teach them.
Woo!
Yes.
Y'all got it all. You guys got it planned, don't you?
Hmm?
Y'all got it planned, don't you?
Hmm?
You Nigerian men have it all planned on how we gonna come over there.
Well, we don't need to we don't need to talk about it when you get to the river. When you get to the river, then you talk about how to cross the river.
When I get to the river, Lord, I would tear Nigeria up. Y'all don't want me in Nigeria. Y'all not ready for this. Auntie does not play. Y'all not ready. So we're gonna have a whole show on dating Nigerians.
That's what I said. When you can't be talking about how to cross the river when you have not gotten to the river. When you get to the river, then we can begin to discuss and be talking on how to cross the river.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, until we get to the river,
Yes.
we'll holler.
Yes. We'll talk about how to cross the river. We don't talk about crossing the river and you have not gotten to the river.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Naza, let me end this show. Thank you so
All
much
right.
for being with us. And thank y'all for joining Real Talk Live with Arnette D Love. We will see you next week. And hopefully we'll be here at 2 o'clock to greet you. God loves you. I love you. Make sure you love yourself and go on and love someone else. Until we shall meet again, may you be blessed real good. See you next time.
All right.